Good day, everyone. My name is Tanvir Haq, and I'm the internship host recruiter at Queensland International Business Academy. I look after internship placements in Sydney, Brisbane, Canberra, and Hobart. So I'm going to talk about in this video about the internship placements and how to better prepare yourself before you attend the interview. So I'm going to cover 4 things in this presentation. The first thing is that I will go through the internship process, how it works. Then I'm gonna tell you what to do before you attend the interview. The third thing is that what you have to do on the day of the interview. The last thing, but not the least, is what to do during your internship, the 10 to 12 weeks of your internship. So without further ado, let's get started. I'm gonna start sharing my screen. Okay, so the first thing of the internship process starts with an email on week 24. You'll be getting an email from our team, which is py.internship@qiba.edu.au, and they're gonna ask you what sort of internship you're seeking. Because there are 3 sort of internship that you can go through for your professional year program. The first thing is that you can use your own IT employment, like you have an IT job, you can use that as an internship. You can self-source, like your internship, and then you use your weeks there. Or the third thing is QIBA source internship. So if you are going with your own internship or you are going with your self-source internship, you'll get different documents to verify your internship. If you're going with QIBA, yeah, definitely you'll be getting a different sort of documents, and we will contact you to get some more information from you. As in, we will be sending you a resume template so they can fill it up and send it back to us. And then we will ask you about your availability, your working hours, if you have a car or not. What's your preference for your internship? Is it do you prefer in IT? I mean, in web development, programming, database management? You need to tell us what's your preference. Once we have all these documents from you, because I'm going to talk about everything related to QIBA source internship. So once we receive all the documents from you, knowing that you are going with QIBA, we start sharing your resumes to the host companies. And then once we get a reply from the host companies, we then send you an email saying that Mr. X or Ms. Y, we have arranged this interview for you in the following date, time, the interview name, company details, website, address, pretty much everything that you need to know before attending the interview. And we will also, in that same email, which you'll be getting from me, I'll be attaching an interview feedback form, which you need to submit to me after you attend the interview. So you must respond to that email, which you get for the interview confirmation, saying that I will be attending the interview. Hey, Tanvir, I will be attending the interview. So this is a confirmation from your end, my end, and also I can convey the same message to the employer saying that this candidate is attending the interview in the following time. So it works as an acknowledgement. So please respond to that email within 24 hours, I would say. So we try to arrange interviews 48 hours before. We try our best to give you as much as possible, as much time as possible, because we understand that you're working and you have other commitments. But 48 hours is the standard time. The reason is that we don't get that much time from our employer. So they usually give us around 48 hours, sometimes even less, but we try our best not to use that less time, but rather than using that standard 48 hours. So we will inform you prior to that, so we can inform you. You can schedule your interview accordingly. The next thing is that your confirmation email, great, and you attend the interview on the interview day and send me the feedback form after you attend the interview. Once you get selected, you will receive a confirmation email again from me with your orientation date and your start date. Um, the other thing which I wanted to point out is you'll be getting 3 attempts for your interview. So if you are not successful after the 3rd attempt, we have to you need to sit with your trainer to do a one-to-one coaching section, which we will arrange, and we will inform you accordingly. So yeah, coming back to that point, you will get the email from me with the orientation date and the start date. So start date, as we know, you start your internship on that day. The orientation date is something where we will provide you one document, which will compile of internship agreement and training plan. So that will be one document. So you need to get it signed, fill it up from your employer and yourself, and send it back to us. In that document, be aware you have to mention, because you'll be given a role in that internship. So make sure your role fits into the ANZS CO. I guess you understand the abbreviation. It is Australian and New Zealand Standard Classification of Occupation, which means there is a skill. If you go to this website, you'll get a skill list, occupation list, and then you need to pick up a list which actually best matches your internship designation. I need to put that in that document as well. You then attend the orientation, put all the details, provide us a signed document, everything on the same day, on the orientation day. Until and unless we have the document, your internship start date won't be verified. So which means we have to give you another start date, which I would definitely not recommend. So make sure you provide us the document, the internship agreement on the same day. Start your internship on the specified date, and you go along for 10 to 12 weeks. However, we will be monitoring you via phone call, via emailing, and we will do a mid-visit with your employer just to see how your internship is going. And definitely, you can also communicate with us via phone, via email. You can contact me as well directly if you have any issues or you have any problem during your 10 to 12 weeks of internship. If your internship is smooth or good, so you finish after 10 to 12 weeks of internship. Once you do, the last week of internship, the first day of your last week of internship, please send us an email in the same email, which is py.internship@qiba.edu.au, just to inform us that, hey, I'm on the first day, the last week of internship. Do you need any documents from me or anything? And we can advise you what sort of documents you need before you complete your internship. Documents as in the timesheet and everything, but we will run through it once you start the internship. Okay, now before the interview, how to better prepare yourself before the interview. Choose your outfit. First impressions always last and also are very important. As a general rule, I would say that business formal, like strictly formal, I would say. I understand it's a IT internship, and in 2020, people for IT jobs, they can wear shorts, t-shirt, cargo pants, whatever they want. But I would still emphasize on the fact that on the first day, be as formal as possible. Okay. After you get the internship and once you know the work culture in that company, then you can adjust accordingly what sort of attire best suits you. Okay. But for the first day, choose your outfit before the interview, so everything's ready and you're good to go. Research the company. This is something that you have to do completely. We will be giving you all the information, everything about the company. So you need to do the research. I can give you a tip how to do this research effectively. Is you have the website. So go into their website and check their missions, visions, the company motto, their clients, whatever they have. And from that company, if you go to their staff profile, you can actually pick those names, and then you can click those names, check those names on LinkedIn. If you look into LinkedIn, you will have a lot of information about those stuff. And sometimes, even if you don't have a name, just go to LinkedIn, type the company name, and at least you will have some people there, and they can actually, if you see their profile, you'll have an idea what sort of things you'll be doing. But at least I won't expect you that you know 100% of the company, because it's tough. It's tough because you're not an employee there. So around 10 to 12%, or maybe 20%, that should be enough, so that if you get any questions, you can answer from the back of your mind what you have researched prior to the interview. There are a lot of questions that you'll be going through during your interview. Because there are some frequently asked questions during your interview, do a Google search and maybe select 10 questions from there and start practicing on how to sell yourself. So if you start practicing on those basic questions, you will, at least if you get a different type of questions, you can actually try to use those responses and try to link in the question that you have been researched. So if you have 10 questions, 10 frequently asked questions that you think might be suitable for you, so practice on those, so you have you are not stuck during the interview. Yes, you'll be like pretty much in all the interviews. It's pretty common we get this question, like, tell me a bit of yourself. So this is like something like an elevator pitch to sell yourself. If you're a product, you need to know what are your strengths, everything, so you can better sell yourself. If you go to your LMS on your module 5 sessions, you'll have those informations, and you can actually go through those info in LMS module 5 sessions. You'll know better, and you'll have a better understanding how to better sell yourself. Bring a copy of your resume and your work. Since this is IT internship interview, and the employers are aware that you might not have any local or your home country's IT experience, and you want to use this internship opportunity to land a full-time employment or a part-time employment. So don't stress if you don't have any work, if you don't have a copy of your work, but you can certainly bring a copy of your resume. Regarding your work, a copy of your work, you can do one thing. I mean, you did some assignments or projects in your university, so you can bring something which you think that will be relevant to this interview, and you can just show it to the interviewer. I mean, there's no harm showing it to them, so that they can know that, oh, this student is good at this. So it's better to have something rather than nothing. Yes, I would say ask. If you are unsure about anything, please do inform us before the interview, so you are well prepared. You can contact us via email, via phone call. I'll give you my contact details at the end of this presentation. So if you have any questions, you can call me directly, and I can answer the queries for you, because we are always here to help you, and our goal is that you get selected from your first interview. That's the focus. But if you have your questions ready, and if you know that what to do, and if you know that if you get advice from us, definitely we can better prepare you before the interview. So please ask anything that you have before you attend the interview. Okay, this is the big day. So you have the interview on this day. What to do now? Arrive on time. This is quite common. I would say 10 minutes before the scheduled time should be enough. This time is just for your preparation, so you're not getting stressed, or you're not sweating. So you can go to the restroom if you need to just get freshened up or something. And also sometimes the place is not familiar to us, so it's better to go there early and get to know the place and just be comfortable there. This is the first thing you'll be doing when you start your interview. Like you'll be greeting your interviewer, a firm handshake, and introduce yourself. That's pretty much it. Small talk won't harm as well, because when you do small talks, you make yourself actually comfortable. Like, okay, I am actually going through the interview phase right now. So, and it actually helps you to know a bit of your bit of information from about your employer. But don't overdo it. Follow the interviewer's lead, so at least you are in the correct path of the conversation rather than going astray. Your confidence is everything there, because it's hard to say like be confident, but I mean, you get nervous. I mean, we all get nervous when we attend interviews or on the day of the interview. It's quite common, but you actually don't have to show them that you are nervous. Rather than stay positive and be confident whatever you're doing. So actually, it shows your posture that, okay, this candidate is really good, he's confident, and whatever this shows that he will be adaptable to the actual workplace situation. Thank you note. This is something that most of the interns tend to forget, but I would highly recommend you do that, because after you attend the interview, definitely you'll have the contact details of your interviewer. So send an email within 24 hours of your interview, just a thank you note saying that, thank you, Mr. X, thank you so much for your time. It was a pleasure meeting you during your interview. Something like that, like showing that you were really happy to get this interview opportunity. Okay, now, if you get the interview, definitely we will send you the documents and everything, and the process goes, as I mentioned, in the interview process. And now we're going to talk about what to do during your internship. The first thing is that I understand that this is an internship, but you must treat this internship as your genuine job. If you take this internship seriously, your employer will take you seriously. So it actually is a both way win-win. And the other thing is that, like, if you're serious in your internship, it will actually reflect to you in your actual workplace. So this internship is like a preparation what you'll be doing in your job. Time management, as you have a limitation of your time, like you'll be working just 10 to 12 weeks of your internship, and you'll be doing 20 hours per week. So make sure you are well organized. Don't take too much things on your plate, because it's important that you finish everything by the deadline. If you're think that you cannot finish the thing within your deadline, or you think that there's too much stuff on your plate, let your supervisor know that you are actually having issues, so that they can actually help you out. So it's better, always better to communicate with your supervisor if you have any issues in your work. As I mentioned, it's like a 10 to 12 weeks internship. You might not get another chance to know these people from this company. So it's important that you do networking. I mean, a lot of networking there. Go and have lunch with them. During your lunchtime, you can talk to someone, or if they have like Friday night drinks or business luncheon or something like that, I would recommend you attend those, and so that you get to know more about these people. It's normal that when they're working, they're quite busy and they don't want to be bothered, and they don't want someone to bother them during their work time as well, because your supervisor will be will be the contact person. So you'll be talking to them one-on-one, but it's always better to know other people in the workplace as well. You never know, like you might get a reference from someone and might land a job there as well. So networking is really important. Yes, take initiative, because your initiative means that you are interested for this internship, and you are happy with the internship and the workplace with your supervisor and everything. And also accept guidance, because you don't have to say yes to everything, because you have your limitations as well, and we all have. So don't say yes to everything, but you just think that whatever you can digest, you should take it accordingly. The last thing, which is not the least, is feedbacks. So feedbacks are really important. I would recommend you to take feedbacks once every 2 weeks and start working on them. As in, get your feedback from your employer or from your supervisor, so you know your improvement areas, like what areas you need to improve or work on. So after every 2 weeks, once you have the feedback, and you start working on those points from the 3rd week. So 3rd, 4th week, they can monitor, and you can monitor yourself as well to improve on those areas which your supervisor mentioned from week 1 and week 2. So week 3, week 4, get another feedback in week 6 from week 3 and 4. So, and you can then measure. So you will see the drastic change after the 10 weeks of internship, and you can see that how much you have improved and have achieved within this short span of time. Okay, that's the end of it. Thank you so much for your time. I want to provide you my details and everything so that you can contact me directly. So this is my email address. It goes directly to me. This is our team's email address. However, if you click on one of these, I'll receive the email anyways. This is my direct contact number. So you can contact me, call me here, so that I can better know your queries, because I understand, like, after going through this presentation, you might have a lot of questions. So it's better you can ask me before you forget. And this is the generic phone number. But yeah, as I mentioned, you can communicate with me directly. Once again, I would thank you for your time, and it was a pleasure to do this training session, and I hope it was informative to you, and you can start working on it. Thank you so much. I'll look forward to speaking with you soon. Thank you so much. Bye.